Another milestone for Virginia class. I'm Bryan Moore, and this is Focus NNS. We're here at Newport News Shipbuilding Supplemental Module Outfitting Facility inside one of the units of Washington, where the keel was officially authenticated during a ceremony. We'll take you there. Plus, singing the praises of safety at Newport News Shipbuilding, we'll meet the winner of the Safety Song Contest. And a big year for Newport News Shipbuilding. We'll take a look at the top stories of 2014 and what you think is the biggest story of the year. Those stories and more are coming up, but first on deck, the keel laying and authentication of Washington, SSN 787. Aaron Pritchett with our Communications Division has the story.
A long-standing tradition continues with a ceremony that marks the symbolic beginning of the building of a ship. And for the Washington SSN 787, the keel, or the large structural beam that serves as the foundation of the ship's hull, was officially authenticated for the newest, most advanced Virginia-class attack submarine in the world.
Distinguished platform guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most especially our sponsor, Elizabeth Mavis. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the keel laying ceremony for the Virginia-class submarine Washington, SSN 787. Washington is the 14th submarine of the Virginia class. Behind me is her bow section. Although this is just one piece of the submarine, I think it provides a great perspective of just how extraordinarily complex these machines are. Each submarine we build is a reflection of the hard work and innovation of our more than 23,000 shipbuilders. And it is most appropriate that this submarine is named for Washington, a state that thrives on innovation. Because when SSN 787 is complete, she will be the most innovative and most technologically advanced submarine in the world. And today is the first step in her journey to get there.
The Navy has a lot of traditions. And most of these traditions show the continuity of service of sailors and ships. This keel laying is one of those traditions. It helps bring the ship to life. This is the hardest part of the speech that I think I've been called upon to write or to give. To put into words somehow my feelings for my daughter Elizabeth. Elizabeth will be the tangible connection between the citizens of the United States, the citizens of Washington, and this submarine and her crew. She will imbue this submarine with her kind, generous, and loving spirit. She will also imbue this submarine with her drive, her competitiveness, and her indomitable will. Elizabeth Mavis.
I look forward to watching this boat come together from steel and skill. I look forward to christening it. I look forward to commissioning it. But most of all, I look forward to meeting the men and women who will make up the crew. I'm especially glad to say women will serve aboard this boat. Glad to know my father believes that women can succeed anywhere and that gender should never be a barrier. I am so proud to take up this responsibility and honored to be part of this great tradition as a sponsor of the USS Washington. Thank you.
And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The official keel laying party will take its place inside the Washington's bow section behind us. Our welder, Mr. Dustin Utek, will weld our sponsor's initials using the same technique he uses each day to build Virginia-class submarines.
What it feels like to be a part of this, it's just a great honor to be a part of this whole thing. It's it's a one-of-a-kind opportunity. Just knowing that this step that I'm taking, doing all this, is going to be a part of the ship for its whole lifetime.
I hereby declare the keel of the United States Navy submarine Washington truly and fairly laid.
Washington SSN 787 is the 14th submarine in the Virginia class, and we're certainly proud of the 4,000 Newport News shipbuilders who are working around the clock to bring her to life. For Focus NNS, I'm Aaron Pritchett. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you, Aaron. And we'll look forward to Washington's christening ceremony coming next year toward the end of 2015. Now, let's take a look at some other news from around the yard. Welcome back to the water, as another major milestone was recently completed with the flooding and undocking of USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN 72. After 19 months of extensive dry dock work of the carrier's midlife, refueling, and complex overhaul, shipbuilders, sailors, and an array of tugboats guided her from the tight confines of Dry Dock 11 and into the James River to its new home along the outberthing pier.
It's exciting. From seeing it from when it first come in and then breaking it down and putting it back together, and all the people that's involved in making it happen, is an exciting time.
It just shows and confirms that we are world-class shipbuilders. We take pride in what we do. And to see a feat of this magnitude, you know, over 900-something tons of steel floating on water, it's amazing.
It's a sense of pride and accomplishment, not only for myself, but the team, the company, and it really should be for the country itself, because that is a floating city that we need to get back in the water.
Years of planning, coordination, and hard work went into getting her to this point, but there is still plenty of more work to be done over the next 23 months before Lincoln is redelivered to the Navy in 2016. Newport News Shipbuilding built and launched the ship 100 years ago, and now a piece of it has returned to the shipyard. The Battleship Texas, a veteran of both world wars, was delivered to the Navy in 1914. It's now a museum in Newport, Texas. To mark the 100-year anniversary, members of the museum came to the shipyard to present company president Matt Mulheron a piece of steel from the ship.
It's almost like a homecoming. This year we're celebrating the centennial of its commissioning. In conjunction with that centennial, we are doing some major repairs to the ship, which involve removing pieces of steel from the ship. And when we were unable to put that steel back into the ship, we started looking at possibilities of what we could do with the steel. So we decided that it would be very appropriate to clean up and make pretty one of those pieces of steel and bring it here to Newport News. And the ship is only around because it was quality built. The Newport News 1911, 1912 to 1914 built a very quality ship. And we feel we're in the heritage history business. We feel strongly that you should recognize the people who make things possible.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive.
The Battleship Texas is now a National Historic Landmark, and you can learn more about the Texas on the Foundation's website at battleshiptexas.org. Safety is a top priority at Newport News Shipbuilding, and we work hard to promote that message. One unique way we do that is through the Safety Song Contest. Jeremy Buston with our Communications Division has a look at this year's winner and a preview of the video.
Derek Wilson, the winner of the 2014 Safety Song Contest, has worked with industry producers Timbaland and Teddy Riley of the R&B group Blackstreet, and he brought that level of talent to this year's contest with his winning song, I Wanna Be Safe.
So when I come to work, you know I put my all in.
A ship fitter in the USS Enterprise inactivation program, Derek Wilson was presented a $1,000 check from Matt Mulheron for his winning song and is having a music video produced by Newport News Shipbuilding.
I'm real humble. I didn't think I was going to win, but I'm glad it happened.
We recently caught up with Derek during a photo shoot for his music video, I Wanna Be Safe, and here's what he had to say about the memorable tune.
The kid's voice was my voice, but I just tweaked it so it can sound like a kid's voice, and I just build around it. And I already knew the rules, some of the rules for, you know, safety and stuff like that, and I just started rhyming with the safety rules. It's not always you're gonna leave the way you came, you know. So you just gotta take time and think about others' safety and yourself.
Safe, 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 safe.
That video is currently in production at Newport News Shipbuilding and features several shipbuilders. You'll be able to see that video on our Safety Song website in the new year. For Focus NNS, I'm Jeremy Buston. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you, Jeremy. Well, another year is coming to a close, and it's been a busy one for Newport News Shipbuilding. There were a number of big stories this year. So which one was the biggest? We asked shipbuilders to tell us what they think were the top 5 stories in a YardNet poll. And here are the results.
We're here tonight to not just honor Jeannie and John Warner, we're honoring America.
To the shipbuilders, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I think we're raising a lot of money, raising a lot of awareness. I think people are taking a lot more pride in their safety as well at work. You know, as far as they're going to be taking care of their hard hats, having pride in wearing their hard hats.
Virginia-class submarine Block 4 contract, boats 19 through 28, largest single shipbuilding contract ever let by the Navy. That is a way the Navy is rewarding the shipbuilders for a great program, on budget, ahead of schedule.
And get ready for more milestones and big stories next year. We'll cover them all right here on Focus NNS. Well, that's it for this edition of Focus NNS. Make sure you check out all the latest news in our weekly publication Currents and in the latest edition of Yardlines. And if you have a story idea for Focus NNS, email us at focusnns@hii-nns.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Bryan Moore, and we'll see you next year.